what your life like. Try to live the life right. People really know you push your buttons like.
Woohoo! You guys excited?
No.
All right.
Wait,
What?
that was too loud.
Who?
You.
What?
The first part of it.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Dink or Swim. My name is Cesar.
I'm Christine.
I'm Yatish. I'm Huey.
And this is episode 9?
It's not.
Is it 9?
I think so.
Dang. Or no, it's 10. 9. I don't know. Episode 9. Anyways, we have a few special guests here today with us. I'd like to introduce them. I know they just said their names. But Christine, who are you? Where are you from? And what brought you into this room?
I'm your neighbor, first and foremost. But I am Troy from episode 5's girlfriend. That's how I met
Ooh.
everybody. Hello. He didn't shout me out, but
Wait. Really?
no.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you didn't do a good job of making him shout.
Sorry.
Mysterious.
Well, here we are shouting you out with your own episode. Boom.
Hello, everyone. I just moved here from New York in January.
Nice.
That's sick.
I didn't.
Why?
Really, why?
Yeah.
Because I followed Troy.
Okay. So you guys both live together in New York?
Yeah, we met in New York and then we lived together for almost 2 years before we moved here.
Okay. 2 years in New York. And what do you think is like the biggest difference from here and New York? Because you grew up there, right? I know
Yeah.
Troy grew up here and then moved there and then
Yeah, I
came
grew
back.
up there.
But you grew up there.
I would say it's really just ease of access. That's the difference. Like there's the transportation system or public transportation system there
Mhm.
is like it's like another it's the only thing that we use, right? Like we don't really buy cars there. We just either just take public transport or I mean if you have a house you have a car, but yeah.
What's the name of the transport?
MTA, Metropolitan Transit Authority.
I think Metropolitan's a drink, isn't it? Or like a
Is it?
shake, right? The Metropolitan. Oh, Neapolitan. Never mind. I'm tripping. Okay.
Neapolitan.
Anyways.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
a subway.
I mean,
Yeah.
It does. It's like both.
They include bridges, subway, bus, and like I know you guys use like Fast Pass here, right?
Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Yeah.
They own like their version of
Um,
for like the bridges and everything too.
it's really sad how crappy our public transit system is compared to other big cities like that.
Yeah, I was told to not take it because something would happen to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's maybe not as bad, but pretty dangerous in New York depending on the time and
It's
and
just
where.
there's always people, so it's gotten a lot more dangerous. But since
Yeah.
there's always people around, like I don't take it past 9 o'clock. But
Ah.
anything before that is like everyone's just minding their own business kind of thing.
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes
But
sense.
besides that, it's just like in ease of access, there's like nothing open past 9-10 o'clock here.
Mhm.
Like you can always get a meal at any time over there. Like it'll be 3 a.m. People are walking around still.
Well, you're from NYC, right?
Yeah,
Like
the
literally
city.
in Manhattan, or
I grew up in Queens, which is just a borough of the city, and then Manhattan is another borough, which is where we live.
a borough. What's a borough? Is that
I
an
should
East
know
Coast?
this.
Is that an East Coast term? I don't. Have you ever used that term?
I've never
Borough.
used that.
A borough.
I should know this, but it's kind of just like a little section.
When I
of
hear
the
borough,
entire city.
it makes me think of The Hobbit. Like, oh, I live in a borough.
I think I think the borough that you're talking about is spelled different, right? Borough, you're thinking BURROW.
Oh
I
yeah.
think borough.
It's like BO.
OUH. Oh, OUGH.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was a difference. I thought it was the same thing. Okay.
It's like Brooklyn's a borough, right?
Yeah, Brooklyn's a borough. I lived there for a year too.
So
Okay.
it's like a section basically.
A section, like a suburb, or
Sure.
a sub-borough. All right. Have you guys been to New York?
I've been there before.
How many times?
One time.
One time.
How'd you like it?
It's very fast paced and like you just gotta keep on moving, like the
Oh,
lights, right? And then there's like you said, food. There's a lot of things to do.
There's always something
Yeah.
to do.
And like when I went there, I think that thought that came in my head was like, how do people like do certain hobbies over there? So like outdoor hobbies.
Well, that's also like the issue. Like I found pickleball on social media in the summer, and then I was telling Troy about it, but like, you know, we never really like found a pickleball community there because there's not as many facilities, or like it's a growing sport now, but it's still an issue of like you have to really search hard to find a place to play, or you have to pay like, you know, it's like $100 or $150 I think to rent a court in Central Park. At, like,
to rent a court?
Yeah, for like
for
peak
how,
hours.
For how long?
An hour.
100? No way.
Yeah, and like they've really
Y'all
monopolized it
tripping in New
because
York. What the heck?
they really
150?
monopolized it because
That's
nobody
crazy.
has the space to also like
That makes sense
open
because
a court.
obviously their real estate is everything, right? Because everything's kind of squeezed into that little island, and every little inch that you have is going to be a lot of money. So they got to make money somehow. I'm sure it costs a lot of money for them to have that space.
I know like gym spaces like Lifetime, they've included pickleball now in their gyms.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is, but a Lifetime membership there is like almost like an Equinox membership price. So
Okay. And here I was complaining about
I think
how
the
much
city,
I'm paying.
like,
I'm paying.
any like big city, like everything's pretty expensive.
That is true.
Yeah.
but I mean they're growing though. Like a neighborhood in Queens, my friends have found like a public park, but I mean the courts aren't great. They're all like stacked next to each other. Balls are flying everywhere, but you know they try their best.
Yeah. Okay. So then what keeps you playing? Like obviously you started playing, you heard about it in New York and you came here, found
Yeah.
a place. What made you start playing, and what keeps you playing, and what keeps you going to our community?
I feel like for sure it's the people that I've met, and that was like a big scare for me when I moved here, that I wouldn't have my own community and my own group of friends. But you know, Cesar and Joss, you guys were like one of the first people that I met. Shout out Emily for introducing us, and they really like welcomed me. And then everyone I met thereafter was always like super inviting, like, oh, we should all hang out too outside of pickleball. And I think like that is what really keeps me going back. And you know, you guys can all attest to this. Like when I'm there, I'm not playing like all the time. If I'm there like 5 or 6 hours, half of that is probably just me like going around to everyone and like catching up, like talking, and that's really like my social time too. Because with work, because like I don't really have like other time.
Yeah.
To do anything else.
Outside of work, yeah.
Outside of work, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I definitely feel like the community, at least where we're at, right? And you know, who knows how it is in other places. Hopefully New York's a little better by now. It's been a few years.
Yeah, like it
Well,
definitely
you
is
visited,
growing.
right?
I visited,
Yeah.
and like the parks are nice, and you know it's also just as welcoming. Like the more advanced players play with the beginner players.
Yeah.
They talk and they teach, and then there's like more local tournaments happening now. So it's definitely growing back home, but it's nothing like what we have here for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like, to your point, it's a good place to meet new people. I mean, obviously you have Troy, which is nice, but I think I've said this before, but there's a few people that go to the hub that aren't from here, or go to, you know, our pickleball facility, that aren't from here, and they've met a lot of friends that are really close now, and it's just cool to see that. Yeah, it's cool to see that level of community in a sport that we're all just kind of learning, right? I don't think any of us have more than 2 years of experience. I don't know how many years.
Huey has
A year and a half.
Year and a half, right?
Almost two.
Yeah, I mean, I'm what, 9 months in? Like none of us have more than 2 years of experience, and it's just nice to kind of all learn together and be a part of that, and you know, have the same path of growth, so to speak. But cool. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yatish, who are you?
Well, I guess first I'll start off by saying Huey's the one who brought me into this whole world of pickleball. I was a cynic. I was like, no way. Being a tennis player, am I ever going to play pickleball in my life? And then he took me out to the courts,
How long ago was that? Was that pretty recent?
Like 6 months ago, I'd say.
Was it like Long Beach?
Yeah, I think it was in SoCal. I was living in SoCal at the time, and he was visiting.
Yeah, they had a couple courts over there. I think it was Seal Beach.
Seal Beach,
And
yeah.
then, what was the one?
Huntington, we went to Huntington Beach.
too.
Yeah. And and then I was just addicted from there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So he introduced you to the sport, and then he said bye, went back here, and then you were like, cool.
Yeah, I kept playing over there with my homies,
Yeah.
and obviously it's like a good chance to kick it with him too,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
because we're boys from college, so it's a good time to spend some time with him, meet other people too.
Yeah.
You know, get out of the comfort zone of working from home all the time.
Yeah.
Force yourself. Although I will say sometimes it's hard because like I'm just super competitive, so I'm like not always thinking about. Yeah, like I'm not thinking about socializing all the time.
Yeah.
I force myself to.
You're
And
just
it's-
like straight face the whole time, like
Right.
don't talk to me.
Yeah, like I'm like cursing myself out for
Yeah.
like messing up, you know, like. But I really enjoyed, like I'm addicted.
Well,
for
now that
sure.
you say that, right? You were saying you were kind of, I don't know, I'm against it. Hell no, like F that, right? Why? Like, what made you think that way?
I think a couple things. I think number one, it's like easier on your body. I think like your shoulders, your legs, a little bit. But when you're playing at a high level, I think it still wrecks you after.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
After a while. I think number two, like all the friends who play, especially this guy, meeting new people, and then like just a way to still be competitive too. Because I feel like if I had never competed in anything, even at like a club level or rec level, like it wouldn't be fun, you know.
Yeah.
Like I love competing, so that's a big reason why I do it. You
Okay.
know?
And then on the flip side, like, why were you hesitant to do it? Because obviously, you mentioned you come from a tennis background, right? How many years of tennis did you play?
Dude, like since maybe I'm 26 now, and probably since I was like 9.
Since you were 9.
Yeah, probably 9. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
I grew up watching tennis. I played it with my dad like growing up, and then started training, playing.
Did you compete?
I competed like USTA. It's the tennis circuit, and then I started coaching too while I was in college. So yeah, it's like tennis is part of my DNA. So
Love it. So do you still play tennis or?
I still teach now, but not as much anymore because
Why?
I'm playing pickleball now.
Really?
Yeah.
So were you playing before you played pickleball, or do you feel like coaching kind of, you know, made you not want to play as much, or was it just like a hybrid of both?
Yeah, I think coaching for me kind of over time, like there's a lot of money in coaching,
Mhm.
right? Like I don't know what you've seen, but like at least for tennis, like you can make like $100 an hour coaching tennis. I'm pretty sure it's similar in pickleball too. Like
Pickleball, I think private lessons it can go up to like 135.
yeah,
Are you serious?
There's some people that charge around like 100 for beginners.
And how many? So
And
I've never taken a lesson before, and I've never seen anyone. Well, I've seen it, but I've never like asked after the fact, right? But like how long are they usually going for?
it's like
depends
an
on-
hour probably usually.
Have you
Usually an hour.
taken any lessons?
No. I considered it because everyone was moving so much faster than
Yeah.
I was.
Did you look up like the prices? and
Yeah,
stuff?
it was like around like 80 to 100 from what I saw. But then it's not like from, you know, like pro people teaching
Yeah.
or like 5.0 plus people teaching. It's like 4.0s
Yeah.
that are charging that.
And I think when you're at a good level, like in any sport, like you can do groups. You know, like you don't have to
Yeah.
do privates. So, but yeah, like I was saying, there's just a lot of money in coaching. But
Mhm.
I think I was teaching a lot of younger kids, and like it really like takes a lot of your patience away, and
For
like
sure.
and like your love for the game like kind of just dwindles because you're not competing it as much. You're just teaching, and
It gets like repetitive.
yeah, I remember this one moment that I was teaching, and I was telling this kid to like not do a 360 spin with his racket, and he did it, and it hit me like right where it counts, like
Oh.
and hella hard.
Did you
And-
get pissed off?
Obviously, like you can't yell at a kid, you know,
Yeah.
like it's hard, like especially when their parents are watching.
And they're paying you that much.
Yeah, yeah, and like I was just like, that moment, I was like, yo, I lost my patience for this. Like, if I'm teaching, I want to teach people who like really want to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe like adults.
Are you still coaching or?
Yeah, like I will teach like here and there, a couple hours a week.
Yeah.
But it's like I will be a little bit more. I'll set my boundaries and like I'll be like, yo, I don't want to do this week, or if it's like someone who's a little bit more interested in playing, can hit well, and I can share a little bit more knowledge and they'll be more receptive of it. That's when I like to teach.
Do you feel like coaching has pulled some of that craving of you wanting to play more?
Like taking it away?
Yeah, because I feel like, and again, this is not like coaching, but sometimes like when I'm playing and I'm playing with like newer people, like obviously I love bringing new people into the sport. Like don't get me wrong, that's one of my favorite things to do. But sometimes if I would do it for like a little too long, like if I play like 3 hours straight with new people, it kind of like, you're kind of like, I'm not getting like the same
You're
thrill.
not as stimulated.
Yeah, I'm not as stimulated, right? And again, this is not saying like I don't like doing that. Like I love playing with new people, getting them to learn the basics, because it happened with me. Like a lot of really good players taught me when I first started. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was like, never played a racket sport in my life. I was missing the ball, shooting it up in the air, and like getting slammed on all the time. So again, love that. But do you think like that's part of it, or?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's. If you're looking at just to compete, then you're not going to get that from coaching.
For sure.
So, and then obviously, I mean, a lot of we're working people, like we have other things going on in life, so you only have so many hours in the day. And if you're coaching for 10, 15 hours, like when I was coaching seriously, like I was working a full-time job, like 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then I would go teach from like 5:30 to like 8:30.
Oh, so it literally just took up all your
It took
time.
up all my time, and then like I didn't have time to like really take care of my body, like fuel myself, and then like just me time, at the end of the night. And the hustle was nice for a little bit, but then I was just like, bro, I want to play a little bit. I want to get into new hobbies like pickleball, like enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like 2 hours a week, every other week is
bearable.
good.
That's good. It's good for you.
Yeah, and
Good
like
mix.
the positive aspect is like you get to have a positive impact on somebody else's life. Like you get to share knowledge, you get to bring the sport to other people, which is what I think you're trying to do with this whole brand, right? Like like have a positive impact on the community, and I think that's what's a good thing about coaching. Like you're making a positive impact on somebody else's life.
For sure. For sure. So now that you've transitioned into tennis, right? From tennis, coaching, competing at a high level, playing since you were 9 years old, right? Tons of experience. To then switching to pickleball 6 months ago, right? What's been like the easiest transition for you, and what's been kind of hard for you?
I mean, it's like I think the mental side of it is like there's a lot of parallels. Like it's I think it's more of a mental game than like a physical or like a technical game. Like I can tell when my mind's not right, I'm not playing well. When I'm frustrated, I'm not playing well.
For both.
For both, yeah.
Yeah.
But like the skill translates, like I have coordination, like my reaction time's all right. It's got to be calibrated, and my strengths in tennis are my strengths in pickleball, like my forehand,
Wait, hold on. I wanted to ask you about this because since you brought it up, it just like clicked in my brain. Reaction time.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because I've heard opposites. I've heard some people say that tennis requires a faster reaction time, and I've heard others say pickleball requires a faster reaction time. What do you think?
I think the challenge with pickleball that I've faced is the pace of the game is like very like slow, fast, right? But then tennis is like a more consistent pace, right? Like if you're both playing from the baseline, yeah, you're hitting hard balls, but you're also anticipating hard balls. And every once in a while, like you throw in a drop shot or whatever. But pickleball, like, man, even like some of these like older players, like they just speed it up on me, and I'm like, I'm not really looking.
You're not like
I'm
really
not. I'm not expecting it. You
Yeah.
know. So that's been a challenge for me transitioning. Is like the pacing is like very
Sporadic.
up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, sporadic. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. What do you think? You like, obviously you come from badminton, right? So, reaction time wise, do you think more or less?
Let me see. I think badminton, like movement, like I notice in pickleball, I'm always set, and then I hit, and then I move, right? Or I completely stop. Badminton, there's always freaking movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're always moving. You're
Like
jumping.
nonstop.
Yeah.
Are the
nonstop.
courts? Are they smaller?
No, it's the same exact size.
Really?
Yeah, same exact size.
Okay.
So like, I think there's a little bit more patience in pickleball. Badminton is just like speed. You're also trying to like hit in certain areas to set yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
So there are like parallels, just like what Yatish said.
Okay.
But I played a lot of ping pong too. I was living down in SoCal for a year, and me and my buddy, we had a club membership for ping pong, and we were going every day. And
Really?
That is like when I started playing pickleball and then I tried playing ping pong again, I couldn't even play because ping pong is just so fast. I was missing everything. Like couldn't even make contact with the ball, just because pickleball is slow compared to ping pong.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I played, or one of my my coworkers is actually like a semi-pro in ping pong, and sometimes when I watch him, I'm like, dude, how the hell? And he's like fully drenched, sweating. Like, you're not really moving like too far in terms of distance, but you're just moving so much, like within like a 2 to 3 foot radius, right? You're just kind of moving, and then obviously you're adding a lot. I feel like your arm movements are very
precise.
Very
Like,
precise.
have you ever seen the Olympics?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane, like their arm movements and the amount of spin that they're putting on there, and then obviously, I don't know, like if anyone's ever played ping pong, you hit that thing slightly and it's flying, right? So there's a lot of precise wrist activation and arm movement that you need.
Yeah, Yatish, would you say like ping pong, like for ping pong players, the only thing that they need to learn, because they understand the ball, right? Do they have good footwork when they translate it over?
That's a good question.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a, I wouldn't even say I'm not semi-pro or anything like that. I'm just casual amateur. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like avid.
But when you notice when you were playing, do you think like the running laterally, going straight?
Oh yeah, there's no lateral movement in ping pong.
No lateral.
But
Probably side to side.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think the technique is more different than say the comparison between tennis and pickleball.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
I feel like for pickleball and tennis, footwork is very similar. Right? Would you say, or
the same pretty much? Like I mean, you're like doing split steps and stuff, right? You do like a split step, right?
Yeah.
When you're getting ready. Yeah. I mean, I don't do that stuff when I go into the hell. I'm pretty lazy sometimes, but
I know you're literally just there, like sometimes I see you, you're like hitting, just casual hitting.
Yeah, but I think like the mentality, like where I haven't made the adjustment, I think is like pickleball. I think there's a lot of patience with it, and like people don't necessarily like play
like the soft game.
Yeah, like they don't play aggressive all the time. I think or like they're not trying to hit like the corners and the angles. Like they're playing like very tactically.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm just like, bro, I just want to bang this thing.
Rip it.
Yeah, I just want to rip it with some top spin, banana it around the net. Like.
Yeah.
What was that?
Banana?
Yeah, it's like banana.
Is that a tennis term or?
Yeah, like a loop around. Like.
Do you see ATPs a lot in tennis?
Not as often, but not as often as pickleball, but yeah.
The snake.
A lot of tweeners. A lot of tweeners in tennis too.
Oh, I see that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, tennis is insane. But speaking, I think someone brought up ping pong in the Olympics. Speaking of the Olympics, it just ended, right? Shout out to Steph Curry, going crazy. That was absolutely insane. Probably one of the best basketball, if not sports, performances I've seen in a long time. But anyways, pickleball, what do you think it's going to take for that to be an Olympic sport?
Isn't it confirmed?
Is it?
Or it's like
I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
it
know.
has to be recognized by a certain amount
Like,
of
is
countries.
it
right?
globally?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Like
To compete.
registered or like
Bro, they got breakdancing now too in
Reagan?
Yeah, right.
Reagan's going crazy. She went viral.
I felt bad for her a little
I
bit.
do
though.
feel bad, but
everyone is hating on.
so there's while we're on this topic, there's like two sides of the story, right? Everyone's all like, oh yeah, I feel bad for her, everyone's bashing on her, but there's also this weird conspiracy theory.
Like how she got in.
Yeah, like how she got in and how like she frauded the system to get in and like basically pushed out people from Australia that should have represented breakdancing there. So I don't know.
I don't know anything about the story, by the way.
You don't know who Reagan is?
No.
Okay, look it up.
I looked it
and
up.
watch it.
Is
Reagan.
it pretty long?
She's a female. She's a B girl.
Yeah.
So breakdancing debuted this Olympics. It was the first time they had it.
First and last.
Is it really the last?
I don't think they're bringing it back.
Ah, that sucks. Damn. But anyways,
You watched it avidly?
I
So
watched
like a
it.
step
Yeah.
up kind of vibe?
No, it was sick. I mean, the men's competition was sick. Like it was really, really good. Even the women's was sick as well. But then you had a Reagan come in, and she was literally just like twitching on the floor. Like it was bad. But yeah, there's all these like obviously everyone's bashing on her on TikTok and stuff because it wasn't like any type of Olympic athleticism. But like I said, there's that conspiracy theory where like she rigged the Olympics to get in. So, anyways, I don't know. I don't know if it requires a certain amount of countries to get in or whatever. But what do you think? Other than that part of it, do you think there needs to be like a specific country that starts playing or like a international tournament, or what do you think it would take to get that type of recognition into the Olympics?
I think the more it gets recognized, and like a lot of people that are like here, they're bringing the sport over to their countries.
Yeah.
So I know like in Vietnam, like there's since the last time I went there was only 5. And like
5 what?
When did
5
you
courts.
last go?
So I went last November, and like that was in Saigon, and like oh wait,
Wait, how?
that was yeah.
Da Nang? Da Nang?
No, it's one of the south.
Do you know?
cities.
But like, how do you know
Yeah.
there was only 5 though? Did you like look it up?
I looked it up.
Oh.
It's not on like places to play. You have to like look on like Google, and like look at the Facebook forums.
Oh.
And then like so I found like 5, right? And then I talked to someone that just went, and he told me that there was like over 20
Now
now.
that's good.
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
thing in Malaysia too. Like I think they aren't official yet, but I know there's a lot of people playing in Malaysia and Singapore. Like I looked it up too on Facebook. So for the next time I go visit my family, like do I bring my paddle? And there's this whole like group now for pickleball in Asian countries, and all these Asian countries are competing.
Yeah. I
Which is
started.
really, really
I'm
cool.
going to Japan next week on Saturday, and I looked it up, and there's a pretty big community over there now.
And
And
bring your paddle.
I probably won't bring my paddle. I'll probably just rent one there, or maybe buy one there, like as a souvenir kind of thing. But the last time I went, I didn't see any. I wasn't really looking for it either, to be honest. But just because I went last year before I started playing. But I looked it up recently, and there's a lot now. That's kind of insane. But the other question I had was, which country do you think would win gold?
I think it's USA easily.
Really?
I mean, we probably got like the best players. Come on, Ben Johns, right?
I mean, maybe
That's
only.
like experience wise.
Well, I just feel like do you think it's because we're only watching USA pickleball? Like, what if we're not seeing Italian pickleball?
Yeah, because I have a side question. Like, if they bring it to the Olympics, and if like all these countries will have to say or will have to participate, like would they send or would they train, ex tennis pros, ex badminton pros, and now you have like all these top tier, like with prior racket sport experience, you know, like countries in Asia, countries in Europe who are pros at these sports, and they go into pickleball, would the US still be number one?
I think maybe in like 2032 or like 2030, but like as of 2020, if it was in 2028, I don't think that's enough time to like catch up, you know.
But my question, or not really my question, my thing is like, how do we know we're at the top right now? Because pickleball isn't really internationally televised yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what if Ben Johns isn't number one right now? What if it's one of my brothers in the Philippines? You know?
Yeah.
What's the association like that they play, like the circuit? Is it like PPA or something?
PPA, right?
Oh.
And US.
No.
I was gonna say
That's
USAA, but it's
There's
not
a lot of
USAA.
organizations. I think there's like MLP, APP, USA Pickleball, PPA, and then
Well, that's
possibly
I guess
EPR.
that would be like the first step is they have to do like an
A
international.
global one.
But they're
Yeah.
international, right? PPA is international.
Is it?
No.
I thought it was only US based.
I feel like there's non-American players playing though.
Here though, playing here.
Yeah, playing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, what if there's
Like they start their own PPA
Yeah, like they have their
in other
own-
countries.
like in Vietnam, for example, on the 20 courts, right? Maybe there's like the one court that had, or like a private facility there that is training the next Ben John, or like already has
Right.
the better Ben Johns, right? Or the, how do you say his name? Federer.
Federico,
No, the tennis player,
Jack Sock.
Roger Federer.
Oh, Roger Federer.
Ferrer Rocher. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
But back to my question: which country?
Well, we have to say U.S. for now because that's.
I'm
what we
not
know.
saying U.S. I don't think it is.
You're taking the field.
I'm taking. I don't know which field I'm taking, but I am taking the field. I honestly think like Italy has something up their sleeve.
Have
I
you
feel it.
seen pickleball in Italy?
I have not. I don't know.
It's just a wild guess.
Like it's. I'll look it up afterwards. I just think.
Who would you bet on
Like what country?
right now? Yeah.
Italy.
If you had to put your money on it.
Italy.
Oh, I wouldn't choose Italy.
I would bet like whatever country has the highest
Tennis, right?
like height.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, I think height.
How tall is Ben John?
6 feet.
Yeah.
He's over 6 feet. for
Really?
sure.
I did see Kevin Durant playing pickleball.
6'2".
He's 6'2".
We just
Okay.
got the information. Enjoy.
I mean, do you think it makes that much of a difference?
I think so.
You get better coverage.
Better coverage. Can you imagine like 2 7 feet guys?
But I think
Why?
seven
That's
footers.
like 2 walls.
That is too long.
But I think
No.
7 footers
Can't
can't
block.
move as well.
Well, what about like dinking then?
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be harder for them to dink.
They can just reach.
I think 6 foot's like the sweet spot though.
6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like 7 footers don't do well in tennis.
Can you imagine Wemby just like playing the game? That'd be insane. I did see a clip of Kevin Durant playing. It looked really weird. It's like an alien.
It's like stocky.
Yeah, an alien on the court.
I
Yeah.
just think
It's like you know like Lord of the Rings, like the wood people.
The trees?
Yeah, the trees.
The wood people. But yeah, what do you think?
I was just gonna say, look at the countries that you know always come on top with medals. You know, who are the countries that are always medaling?
I think for this one, I think US was number 1, and then China was
China.
number
It's
2.
always like U.S., China,
Russia.
Russia didn't participate, right? This
Yeah.
Olympics, but if they did, it would be them. Like
Germany.
they're gonna like produce some crazy, like superstar.
Well, all I know
you know,
is the
like,
Philippines.
bet on them.
Philippines won a medal this year, or a few medals.
Nice.
Oh yeah, they did good in like weightlifting.
Weightlifting
too, right? Yeah.
and I think figure skating or men's gymnastics. I don't remember.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
yeah, it was gymnastics.
Men's, men's
Yeah.
gymnastics. But yeah, I gotta go with Italy.
Who won the badminton?
I think China. I'm pretty sure.
I wasn't watching it. I didn't watch any Olympics this year.
Really? Why?
Just been busy.
Busy with what?
Some like happy deeper stuff.
Yeah.
Any teasers that you can release?
Yeah, any teasers?
Me and Cesar are wearing it. What color do you think that is?
Oh.
This-
Oh, is it not black?
No.
Oh.
Baby blue.
Yatish is black right here.
His shirt is black. But anyways, yeah, I think hopefully, I mean, it becomes an Olympic sport. That'd be sick.
You know what's an Olympic sport? This upcoming in
28.
LA, cricket. Shout out to all the Indians, bro.
For real? Have you
Yeah.
played that?
Nah, like briefly. Like
Wait, it
for
wasn't
fun.
already? I thought it was.
Nah, it's the first time, or it's like it's returning after like 80 or 90 years or something.
Is that like a
That's India
Indian
dominates
dominate?
that sport, yeah,
really?
for sure.
It's like every country's like
I've never played cricket. I've never even seen it in person.
It's like a better version of baseball.
Isn't
yeah,
it?
I
isn't
see it a
the
lot in New
string,
York.
like,
There's a lot of
attached-
people playing in New York.
The ball
Yeah.
is attached to the string. or something?
No.
No.
Are you talking about kendama?
Kendama.
No, like
Cricket's like golf, right?
I thought
No,
it
it's
was
like
No,
baseball. It's like baseball.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What's? Oh, I'm thinking of croquet.
What?
Wait,
What?
I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. Okay, that's cool. Cricket's coming in.
I think even baseball's coming back. Flag football's gonna be there in 2028.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. Well, hopefully pickleball makes it. But if it does,
I hope so.
would you be down? Like if, let's say the U.S. Olympic team flew down to Santa Clara today and went to the hub and was like, "Hey, we're recruiting. Give away your life. Come train for us for a year in 2027 and compete in the Olympics." Would you do it
I would do it.
for a year? Like you don't talk to nobody, no
Just
friends.
sell my soul.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like boot camp.
I would be down.
You can wear your Happy Knicker
Who
shirt.
wouldn't?
Yeah, that's good promotion.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? You wouldn't?
If I couldn't
I
be
think that's
with
an
my
opportunity.
family and my fiance, I don't know. It's tough.
To the game?
I don't know.
I think I would.
Troy's on the side going,
Sorry, Mary.
bye. He's already waving bye to me.
I mean, it sounds like a good opportunity. Would you do it?
For pickleball,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm good enough.
No, but like
The
the
they'll
goal.
guarantee
Yeah,
you
the
Olympic
goal is
level.
to like give you that
Boot camp.
Olympic
yeah.
boot camp. You do it.
Of course, yeah. it's
But
the
you have to go
Olympics.
no contact with your loved ones.
No contact.
Fuck 'em.
What about you, Christine?
I wouldn't do it.
You would
I'm
not?
I'm not a full-time competitive pickleballer.
Pickleballer?
Yeah,
You're just a baller?
I'm just a
Social
baller.
and fun.
I'm social and fun, and I just play to stay active.
Okay. I respect it. I think a lot of people do that. But cool. Well, that's all we have for today's episode of Dink or Swim. Shout out to our guest, Christine, Yatish, Huey, as always. My name is Cesar. Peace out, everybody. See ya.
Bye.